Harvest is over, or it's nearly over for most of us, and now comes the next big decision. What cultivation should you do? Whether you're trying to establish oilseed rape, create a stale seedbed, or simply get the land ready for drilling, there's no shortage of machinery to choose from. The truth is, there isn't one cultivator that's best for every farm. Every machine has its strengths, and every machine has conditions where it performs at its best. So let's take a look at the main options. If you've got compaction to deal with, this is usually where I'd start. Primary cultivators like these are designed to lift and fracture the soil, improving drainage and allowing roots to get deeper into the profile without turning everything over like a plough. They can be particularly useful after a wet harvest, not that we've had one this year, or where heavy trailers have caused wheelings, or heavier land where compaction is restricting crop performance. The downside is they use a fair bit of horsepower, and if your soil is already in pretty good condition, they can be doing a bit more work than is really necessary. If versatility is what you're looking for, then a machine like the TopDown is going to be hard to beat. The front discs chop and mix the residue, the tines relieve any deeper compaction, and the rear packer leaves a level finish ready for your next operation. They're capable of working shallow or deep depending on the season, which makes them really popular on farms where conditions change from field to field. Very flexible machine. Short discs are all about speed and efficiency. They're perfect immediately after harvest or for chopping and mixing straw, encouraging volunteers, creating a shallow stale seedbed before drilling. Because they're relatively light and fast, you can cover acres in a sensible running cost. When conditions are right though, they're one of the quickest and most economical cultivation tools around. Now let's move on to some tougher conditions. Heavy-duty disc harrows, like the Torx range, are built for situations where conventional short discs start to struggle. Think about baked hard ground after a dry summer like this year, heavy cover crops, large amounts of trash, or even land that's being reclaimed. With much larger discs and significantly more weight pressing each disc into the soil, they're able to maintain penetration where lighter machines often ride across the surface. And finally, let's touch on straw harrows. These aren't really cultivators in the traditional sense. They're residue management tools. They're designed to spread straw evenly, encourage volunteers and blackgrass to chip, create a shallow stale seedbed while disturbing very little soil. They're inexpensive to run, cover a large area quickly, and have become increasingly popular as farms look to reduce cultivation costs. So, which cultivator is best? Honestly, there isn't a single answer. It depends on your soil type, the weather, how much residue you're dealing with, and what crop you're planning to establish next. The best farms don't necessarily have the biggest cultivators, or the newest. They have the one that's right for the conditions they're working in. So I hope that gives you a bit of idea where each machine fits. If you've got any questions about which cultivator might suit your farm, we'd love to have a chat. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more practical machinery advice from Amtech.